Hey everyone, Andy Clements here, and in this video we're going to teach you how to perform the side raise exercise for massive side delts to create that really great V-taper look to your physique. Okay, so the side raise is an exercise that loads of people just absolutely butcher and get wrong and end up working more traps, more front delts, end up working all kinds of different muscles that aren't going to build the side delts and give you that great V-taper look and big bolder shoulder look to your physique. So I've got my little helper Adam here. We've got our dumbbells, we're in the farm gym, and we're going to show you 3 quick tips to fix your side raise or lateral raise technique, execution and form so that you can actually start building your side delts. So tip number 1 is to stop shrugging. Now Adam's going to show you how most people do this exercise when they shrug and they use more of their traps than their side delts. So Adam, if you can show what most people do. So what you can see here is Adam's exaggerating a little bit, but what most people that you see doing is they end up elevating their shoulder blades here. They end up shrugging their shoulders, squeezing their upper traps, thanks for that, squeezing their upper traps and getting more of the elevation of the shoulder girdle here, which is going to activate more of your traps than your side delts. Now, what we're trying to do when we perform this side raise, this outward motion here, is we're trying to contract the muscle on the side of our shoulder, which is only a very sort of slender and small muscle group here. But what most people do when they shrug the shoulders is they activate more of the traps. So what I want you to do is, what I want you to fix is, the cue I'm going to give Adam here is to push his hands down towards the floor and out towards the side walls throughout the movement. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to do 5 reps where you're trying to reach for the floor and pull outwards as you do the movement there. So as you can see now, he's trying to touch the floor. It's impossible while you're pushing downwards to elevate your shoulder and bring those upper traps into play, because you're literally forcing downwards and you're pulling out, so it's completely getting rid of the upper traps and we're putting all the tension through that side delts. Thanks very much. That's tip number 1. Okay, so tip number 2 for the side raise exercise is to pull from the elbow joint, not from the hand or the wrist joint. Most people associate the side raise, associate any exercise with a simple moving weight in time and space. Most people simply pick weights up and they think, right, to do a side raise exercise, I've got to pull my dumbbell from my hip up towards my shoulder. Yes, in essence, that's what you're doing, but what we need to focus on is we need to focus on the contraction of muscle. We need to pull this part of the muscle closer to this part of the muscle to contract the muscle and to put tension through the muscle. We're not actually trying to move the weight around in time and space. That just happens to be a consequence of what we're doing. So what I want you to focus on to fix that is to move from the elbow joint. So before I get you to fix it, I'm going to get Adam to demonstrate what I mean by this. And what we're going to do, Adam, is we're going to lead from the hand joint, which is what the common mistake most people make, and you're going to pull your hands up before your elbows. So as you can see there, I'm pulling his hands up first, and he ends up looking and resembling a little bit like a karate kid, right, with this kind of thing going on here. Okay, relax. And what he's doing is he's working more of the sort of wrist flexors, he's working all different kinds of muscles, but it's not helping with the side delts. What I want you to do now, Adam, is I want you to focus on pulling from the elbow joint. So the side delt attaches into the top of the humerus here, and I want you to pull the humerus up and out to the sides while you're still maintaining that pushing downward motion without shrugging the shoulders. So see how you can get on now. Perfect. So as you can see now, he's almost pointing his elbow up in the air. He's pulling from the elbow joint. And what you can imagine as well, guys, is if you imagine you're a puppet and you've got strings on your elbows, someone's pulling your elbows up while you keep your arms straight, and you're literally pulling out from the elbows, that's going to help you activate the side delt a lot more than if you simply just try and swing the dumbbells up and down by leading from your hands. Okay, so the third and final tip I've got for you on the side raise exercise is to keep constant tension on the muscle. Like I mentioned earlier, the side delt isn't the biggest muscle in your body. It's a muscle that is only quite slender, and if we keep constant tension on it, we're going to accumulate a lot of lactic acid, we're going to break down muscle fibers, and we're going to stimulate a lot of growth. But if we keep allowing ourselves to rest in between each rep of our side raise exercise, we're not going to get that stimulation for growth. So what most people do, and the common mistake I'm going to get Adam to demonstrate here, is they take a break in between each rep of the exercise and they allow the dumbbells to come in front of the body and they're resting here for a second and then they're coming up again. So just demonstrate what most people sort of do, and the common mistake they make. That is a very exaggerated version. And it kind of looks like he's having a fit, but I promise there's no Adam's harmed in the making of this video. so yeah, essentially what most people do is they come in front of the body, and then they go from there. And while we're in front of the body here, there's absolutely no tension here. Like I could stand here all day long with dumbbells and feel no tension, but as soon as I come here, there's a little bit of tension, and I'm starting to feel a little bit of my side delt. So this has to be the bottom position. We know the top position's right up here, but the bottom position has to be here. We're moving this plane, and we don't start bringing our hands forward or doing any swinging with the torso or anything like that. So what I want you to do now is start from this position here, maintain the first 2 tips of not shrugging, pushing down towards the floor and pulling from the elbow, and don't come any lower than that. So just do 3 or 4 reps there, pull up and out to the sides, that's it. Good. Again guys, so as you can see, he's not compromising the first 2 tips. He's pulling from the elbow, he's pushing down towards the floor, but he's also keeping constant tension on the side delt by not allowing himself to rest at the bottom of each rep. Okay, good man, relax, cheers for that. So that's it, there are 3 tips for big side delts. If you can apply them to every single side raise exercise you do, you will grow your shoulders massively. Not just the dumbbell side raise, but any kind of upright row, cable side raise, anything where you are working your side delt in that plane of motion. Apply those 3 tips of don't shrug your shoulders when you're moving. Make sure that you don't lead from the hands, but you lead from the elbows, because the humerus is the bone that's going to be moving in space, and not the forearm or the wrist. And then keep constant tension on the muscle. So don't allow yourself a break in between each rep. Allow that tension, that lactic acid, to build up in the side delt. Feel that burning sensation. Break down the muscle fibers, and you'll see a really, really big difference in the side delt. So I hope that was useful, guys. Hope you liked what you saw. If you did, click the link in the description, and you can get 3 free lessons to our brand new training course, Training Mastery, where you'll learn everything you need to know about the theory and the practicality of training to build a big, strong and healthy physique. I'll see you on the inside.